It's been a while since we've talked about comics, so I figured this is the perfect opportunity to talk about one of the best books I've read in a while. And in saying that, I've read some pretty good books lately, and they've come from DC, which is kind of surprising. I mean, it shouldn't be surprising. They should be putting out good books. It's really gotten to the point where I was once mostly reading Marvel, I seem to be switching, reading mostly DC. Whatever DC's doing with Rebirth, oh my God, they should keep on doing, because they are seriously firing on all cylinders. I pretty much could talk about any of the new DC Rebirth books. They've been that good. I really want to talk about one in particular, and actually, really the reason I'm doing this is because of one moment in one book in particular. The book I'm talking about is Superman by Peter Tomasi and Patrick Gleason. These two really can tell a story. They're a great team. I loved their work on Batman and Robin in the New 52. Peter Tomasi is a great writer. Patrick Gleason, great artist. And on Superman, I'm almost 99% sure that Gleason is sharing the writing duties on this book as well. What makes this book so great, especially this particular issue, I almost want to save it for the end, but it's so good, I'm going to share it right now. The beginning of the book, if you don't know, the Superman in this book is the Superman from the old DC universe. It's not the New 52 Superman. The New 52 Superman died before Rebirth, or on the way to Rebirth. And the old Superman, the red trunk Superman, as we kind of know him, is married to Lois and he has a kid. And he ended up on this Earth in Convergence. That's how he ended up on the New 52 Earth and working undercover with a beard and going by another secret identity. So all this being said, on the way to Rebirth, this particular Clark Kent / Superman has been making himself known a little bit more until right before Rebirth, where Superman, the New 52 Superman, dies. And this old Superman comes out of hiding to help the new Superman defeat this thing that's going on, and yada yada, blah blah blah. So this old Superman is a Superman that we know that fought Doomsday, who originally fought Doomsday, died and came back. He is well aware of coming back to life. The Superman Rebirth kind of sees him hoping that New 52 Superman isn't dead, but for all intents and purposes he is. I sort of believe he's not, and I'm kind of waiting for DC Comics at some point in time, whether it's the near future or the way off future, to bring New 52 Superman back. That being said, he is dead, and our Superman, our old Superman, is sort of mourning the loss of New 52 Superman, which I'm all coming back around to tell this one moment in this particular issue. This Superman, he's been quasi-mourning the death of New 52 Superman. Once he buries him, he opens his jacket, revealing the full-color costume, blue, red, and yellow costume with the traditional S. And he says the colors will fly. Actually, the quote sort of begins, "The world needs to see again that there's a Superman looking out for them. You may not be here in body, but I know you are in spirit." And then you turn the page and this awesome, awesome picture of Superman ripping open his jacket, revealing the classic S, and he says, "The colors will fly." Man, I got chills, man. I just got chills again reading that, relating it to you. A great moment, probably even better than seeing Wally West again in Rebirth. The colors will fly. I don't know. I am so moved by this. I am so moved by this picture and these couple panels that I'm going to take this book apart and frame those panels. I'm going to quickly touch on some of the other good parts of this book, but I really should end it right now because that is it. I mean, that encapsulates so much of what has been wrong about DC, and hopefully what will be right about DC going forward. Rebirth, the book Rebirth, was a step in the right direction, and this panel just really confirms it. And I got to stop fingering it because I'm going to ruin the page. So, as I said earlier, there's this Superman, this Clark, has a son. He's married to Lois, and the son is developing the powers that Superman has. And there's cool scenes. There's a fire at the barn, and Clark is saving the animals, and there's a great scene where his son says, "My dad is Superman." There's other scenes where the kid wants to use his powers, but they're developing, and he has no control over them. And he has a cat, and he's running with the cat outside, and the cat is taken by a hawk. And the kid is so distraught. You see in the panel that his heat vision is starting, and then in the next page, his face just explodes with the heat vision, and you see the hawk and the cat drop burning. They're just burning skeletons. The kid is distraught that he not only killed the hawk, but he killed his cat. His powers are so out of control. And of course, the whole thing is witnessed by a neighbor, a little girl named Kathy, who later comes knocking at the door. She's seen everything, but I'm not sure what she's after. I'm sure she's just going to be a friend. It feels like she's going to be this kid's Lana Lang. His name's Jonathan, by the way, Jonathan Kent. Clark and Lois don't know what's going on with him. He's being real quiet. They don't know that he killed the cat, but this girl does, and he's, like I said, he's real quiet about it. And they sort of are real short with him because he's to himself, and he came across rude to the little girl who came and visited him. So the kid's in his room. It's later at night, and he looks out his window, and he sees Superman, his dad, Superman, speaking with Wonder Woman and Batman. And the thing is, and I'm not sure how I feel about this, the three of them are talking I always want to say trilogy. It's not trilogy, it's Trinity. They are speaking to one another, but they don't know who this guy is. They don't know who this Superman is. They are Wonder Woman and Batman from the New 52, and they know each other, but they don't know who this Superman is. This Superman is not their Superman. So they are talking to him about Jonathan, and Jonathan, whose hearing is also developing, his super hearing is developing. He's kind of hearing in on what's going on, and his dad realizes it. The issue closes with Clark in full Superman costume going into Jonathan's room and saying to him, quickly and quietly, "You're coming with me." It just was a great story. Tomasi and Gleason really can tell a story. Gleason's art I love. But that moment of the colors will fly, just a great moment. Thank you.